And so today, after a week of being sick, I'm able to get on my bike. Full disclosure, I got on my stationary bike yesterday and went for a walk. Burned 700 calories. Today, I'm taking the street. 67 degrees, 70% humidity. I'm supposed to get up to 82 today. Later in the week, the high will be 77, which is getting towards normal. If you're paying attention, the Southwest is getting blasted with heat in March. There's no reason to expect it's going to be any better soon. But today, I want to share some old man insight. It'll be short. I'm only going to go for a medium ride, 9 miles or so. We'll see. I'll talk along the way. I love this little hill. It's not big, but it helps to get my heart rate moving upwards in the early part of my ride. It's a little elevated right now. I think 128. I should have saved the oatmeal bowl for later. Yeah, it's okay. I'll need the carbs for the ride. Oatmeal and fruit, walnuts. That's what I've been reduced to. So, heart rate's 137. Ooh, yeah. That's good. Okay. That was nice. So, one thing I've noticed about Rocky Point, the Mirador, which is where I live, is resurging. There's more and more businesses opening up. When I say businesses, I mean alcohol-related businesses, because this is a tourist town after all. My friend Jose says, and I can see from Facebook, that the Malecon is not busy. I'm hearing and seeing that businesses that used to be down there can no longer afford the rent. Recent postings on Facebook have suggested that while we've just had spring breakers, which brings in a lot of business, there was a steep decline in visitors, and that may be because of, oh heck, lots of things. Even the craziness of cartel fighting down to Puerto Vallarta, which is a long way from here. I suspect gas prices will soon have a play in all that too. The other day, I went and got cash from the ATM, and the exchange rate was like 17.9. Not a lot I can do about that. It is what it is. And so, along those lines of endless places to drink, I'm going to share some insights that come from being a professional investigator most of my adult life, and probably as much as being an old man who turned 70 in a year and a half. Kind of weird for me. My sister asserted she figured I'd be the first one to go. I think she meant because of the nature of the job and where I was going. I hope. In any case, my brother left first 11 years ago. Miss him every day. So here's a lesson. I find that I learn more because I've got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. And I learn more from using my eyes and my ears than I do from insisting on my First Amendment rights. Especially when it comes to posting those screeds on social media. What I've seen down here in a lot of places is that whatever issues you had or have in the United States, you're going to bring them with you right here. A case in point, I have a neighbor. Oh gosh, she's been here maybe 7 years. Part-timer, professional woman, good job. At about 60, she's attractive. Seems to have a good head on her shoulders most of the time. On a personal level, 4 marriages, 4 divorces, and estranged from her adult children. Now, as a single person, I would say, well, that's a lot of red flags, man. Damn it. Oh. Anyway, one of the things that I picked up from her quickly is that she likes to get a snoot full of John Barleycorn. And that normally to a common disposed person that generally makes good decisions. It's professional, turns into a train wreck. And what I mean by that is, for whatever reason, by her own admission, she's quite promiscuous. She has even indicated that a self-imposed banishment to her place was a result of her fucking way too many people in town. And that's her, and I've seen it. And the choices that she makes are just catastrophic in terms of partners. Not that it matters really so much because they never last. By her own admissions, she has no close friends. So, one of her things is, like I've seen with so many drunks, is they like company. Her thing is, she would be very happy if someone or to drive her around while she imbibes. The stories I've heard is that the minute they get someplace where they're all having a good time, they're all drinking, she goes insane. Starts causing trouble, screaming, yelling. Sometimes it appears as if she's not the center of attention. She does things that makes herself the center of attention. And having been around drunks, I don't much like it. You know, I've been there. I would classify myself as a non-drinker, though once every few weeks I'll go to the sports bar, have some terrible sports food, and drink a beer. The other day, she came down with a friend because, you know, spring break, everybody wants to come to Rocky Point, the beach, drink specials, whatever. Now, by all accounts, she had been sober for a while, and from a distance, it looked to me like she was doing pretty well. No drama, no cataclysmic events, but she was only here for a day or two and then was gone. And what I've come to understand is that she conned somebody into driving her around with a friend that she brought down with her, and they got into a place, and then she started creating a scene again, a ruckus. I don't know if that's why she left. What I've seen happen is that people come down here for one reason or another. I think many are hoping to change their lives. It changed mine for the better. But I've seen them come and go. And when they go, they kind of leave behind them a wake of destruction. Car accidents, women that have taken umbrage to the way they feel like they've been treated. You know, that you keep doing that, and it's a small town. And so my 2 eyes and my 2 ears tells me that the choice I've made for sobriety is the best choice. And realistically, I have never made a good decision when I've been sucking down John Malecon. Of course, I'm a much better driver. Everybody knows that. So, she's not the only one. I mean, I've got a couple of acquaintances who are absolutely and totally alcoholic, and they admit it. And they know it. Yeah, they've got diabetes, high blood pressure, all kinds of extraneous medical issues that would suggest maybe they shouldn't do that. But it's alcoholism's a pernicious disease. Thank God I don't have that. Now, what does living in Mexico do? For me, it took a while, but I figured out that, and I was told when I was in the United States that I was wrapped way too tight. I think maybe that's true. When I came here, I figured out there's nothing I can do about anything. You know, something happens that might get you upset someplace else, the U.S., no big deal. I've noticed Mexicans don't really like confrontation. So, if you're an American and feels put upon, and you decide to yell and cause a fuss, it's on deaf ears. You're not being a good guest. What are they at? In this country. Oh, yeah. Now, the truth is, this, living here, what's my book? 136, 145. Yo! It's good. Living here after 11 years is no different than living anyplace else. The magic of being in a foreign country is gone. I remember when I first moved here, I was driving with my friend Jose. Hola! Hola! Yeah. I'm driving and I'm looking around and I said, I can't believe I'm living in Mexico. Well, the reality is, it's like living anywhere. There's a beach that's a block away. Could be any beach anywhere. Usually cleaner though. There's a Little Caesar's pizza. There's a Burger King. All kinds of pizza places. There's a Sam's Club. A Super Walmart. Many pizza places. And of course, many Mexican places that open one day, close the next. I have never been the victim of a crime. I don't know anyone that has been the victim of a crime, let alone a violent crime. I'm sure burglaries take place. I don't hear about them. Sometimes they're on Facebook, but that's far from me. Sometimes I get up in the morning and it is dead quiet. All you can hear are birds. Sometimes not even that. At nighttime, well, particularly now, on the weekends I can hear music blasting. Because again, spring breakers. Very soon, it'll be Semana Santa, Easter, and we'll have a bunch of Mexican folks from all over that come here to have a good time. Now, coming here or anywhere can be an absolute opportunity for you to fix whatever you have going on, because I promise you brought it with you. Finding a new girlfriend, a wife, whatever, it's not going to change anything. You're just going to be a bitter old person because it's going to go badly for you. 147. I need to bring it down a little bit. When it does go badly, you're going to blame it on the events and not yourself. I have been divorced for 40 years. Not because of a woman, but because I recognize